All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us. I'm Tope Oluwafemi from Intel Federal. I'm a solutions architect. And today we have some really cool demos to show you. I'm going to just start off by having you imagine what the future smart city looks like. And I'm here to tell you that Intel is in the business, or we've been busy and hard at work in making that a reality. So we have some demos around smart city solutions. And Intel and our partners have been hard at work creating market-ready solutions today that are available for you to purchase. And I'm just going to walk through a few of them. Just to the right, I'm going clockwise. To the right of that screen is the Bosch monitoring solution. This is something we've done in partnership with Bosch. And it basically will tell you whether there's pollution in a given vicinity if it's deployed around the city. We also have something called the Smart City IQ from GE, and it's a really smart street light. It has a bunch of cameras and microphones on board. It can tell you whether there's a gunshot within the vicinity. It can tell you whether it can do license plate recognition and matching. So you have a busy intersection. You want to see how many people are walking through that intersection. This solution is able to do that. We obviously also play within the data center. We do a lot of networking, 5G infrastructure, and of course drones. So one other exciting area that we have today is what vehicle-to-vehicle communications, vehicle-to-infrastructure communications. So your self-driving cars, we're enabling that and making that a reality. So just to walk you through what we have here, we have a map of the DC metro area, and we've pre-recorded some of the sensor readings and superimpose that on the dashboard of the future, right? We want to be able to give you so much information, not just information that's, that you can get information to overload people, but information that provides contextual information that will help you in your various businesses. So in this case, we have superimposed some sensor data from the air monitoring solution from Bosch. If you can see the polluted areas within DC and the really nice areas. We'll also have temperature, which is real time. It's okay, not too hot, not too cold. It's humid probably. And then sound data. Right, so I remember I mentioned that the GE City IQ has the microphone on board. You can get information about whether there is a game close to the Washington Nationals stadium, or if you have a very busy intersection where there's just a lot of traffic. So I'm going to just walk you through a scenario and just paint a picture of how Intel is driving innovation, right, with our technologies and with our ecosystems, right, to change the way emergency responders respond to emergencies. And one particular example is with Amber Alerts. All right, so we're going to take all the sensor data we've gotten so far and just superimpose them. You want to go downtown, you want to find parking availability, we have that for you as well. But so just cue in the Amber Alert. And this is a very good example of how we think we can change the way we respond to these reports. How many of you, by show of hands, remember the license plates from an Amber Alert? Nobody. Exactly. So how can we change that? So here we have a scenario where a 911 call has been issued. We have a missing child report. We'll go ahead and activate the city icons, the city beacons across the city, and we'll immediately activate the license plate recognition across all the GE City IQ platforms that we have. And we're able to monitor and match license plates of the vehicle that we're interested in. So once we have a match, we can as well deploy a drone to that vicinity to get extra perspective or an additional perspective on what's going on. With these technologies, we are making it a reality. We're making your imaginations a reality today, right? We're bringing you into the era of what Minority Report. Anybody seen that? Yeah, so we're making that possible. And this is where Intel is changing that story. At this point, I'm going to just show you how we do that, right, from a practical perspective. If you don't mind, the aerial aerial demo. I'm going to move over to one other demo, and it's based on OpenVINO SDK. It's the visual inferencing SDK that we've released from Intel. We believe that the edge has to be as smart as possible. We cannot just shove every data we get from this IoT sensors to our data centers. That's just data overload. We need to do some things intelligently. And one way we're doing that is bringing the intelligence as far out as possible to the edge. And in this particular demo, we have trained a model, right? We've trained a model that is able to recognize buildings from other objects, right? But the interesting part about it is we originally designed this demo to run on an FPGA. But the beauty of OpenVINO is you write once and you can deploy to a variety of different hardware components. So we have support for FPGAs, we have support for our CPUs, support for our integrated graphics cards, and also our vision processing units. And depending on what your performance and power metrics are, we can target them and deploy the appropriate solution for the appropriate setting. So I have this demo running on a NUC right at the back. Again, just to reemphasize, it was originally deployed on an FPGA, and we did not have to change a single source code to get it to work on a CPU. All right. So as you can see, we are looping through a bunch of pictures, running inference in real time, and you can see that the buildings are overlaid with a blue surface. Right. Every other object is left untouched. So just to recap, I have a few more minutes before I open up the floor for questions. Just to recap, we at Intel believe it's important to have intelligence as far out as possible to the edge so that we optimize your network bandwidth. We don't just send every stream of data back to the data center. And if you need to do that, we also have we have this intelligent sensors to be able to send what is appropriate to the back end, right, to your data center. So you're optimizing your network and your data center resources with our technology, right? We need smartness and intelligence at the edge. Thank you. Questions? All right. Well, we have some more demos downstairs I would like for you to stop by. We have a variety of other interesting demos around OpenVINO and license plate recognition. We'd like for you to stop by and we can always chat some more.
I do have one question.
All right, thank you.
I know you don't have a crystal ball. Any potential privacy concerns that may impact the scope of this type of work?
That's a great question. Privacy, we're very, very big fans of privacy. And one thing you can do, we are. You have to think about, we are also citizens in this environment, right? Whatever we deploy out there has to be privacy sensitive, all right? So one way you can navigate these issues is, create models that, obfuscate the identity of people or things that you've deemed personal or private to you. So it's a concerted effort across industry, government, and academia to come up with solutions that actually are privacy preserving whenever they're deployed. If that answers your question. Yeah. Great question. Any more questions? So just to recap, intelligence at the edge, optimize your network, and optimize your data center resources. Intel is helping you shape that world. Thank you very much. All right.